Hi guys, it's Wire again, and I'm not entirely sure why I keep this thing up because I'm pretty sure I'm sick, tired, or otherwise indisposed. But I'll do it anyway because I just like making them, and that's not a question. I actually do, I actually do like making them, but sometimes I wonder if I should give myself a break. But then I remember the mantra that keeps me going, which is to just keep going because that's what I like to do. And I'm pretty sure I have nothing better to do with my time. At least, that involves procrastinating. But yeah, so this is Extreme Wirehead, and I'm here again for another Remains of the Day where I where I talk about three different things that were not necessarily not necessarily significant. Important is not in those terms, but more of interesting, more of something to do with making your life a little bit more. That sound effect was completely. I wonder if you could hear that, but it's just something that was interesting, something you thought was noteworthy. It doesn't need to be special. It doesn't need to be amazing. It doesn't need any of that stuff. It just needs to be something that you thought should be you should write down because I'm pretty sure 90% or at least 95% of people now don't make diaries, don't keep track of all the fun things that happen, and they lose track of it, and all you remember is all the pain and grief and dying shit, which is kind of bad. You know, I would say it's bad. Do I look pale in this light? I feel like that weird chick who says, no, "Is my ass big?" or I this conversation's going nowhere. Nowhere. Excuse me. Nowhere fast, and my sickness is starting to show up again. So let's get on to the the thing because it's only three things. It's not rocket science, people. But I just felt like extending it a little bit today. No idea why. Might have something to do with the rain and how it's reacting to my skin and making me feel like crap. But my mouse was right there. Oh, look, you can see my mouse. But besides the point, uh, it's there's a lot going on, but I just don't feel the need of saying anything else other than that. And let's get down to it. Otherwise, I'm gonna take forever, man. Um, First thing is bread because man, I think I have a serious addiction here. In the past 24 hours, I've eaten more bread than probably is normal for a human being. Which, when I say normal for a human being, I mean like 10 loaves. Sorry, not loaves. Buns. 10 buns. Is that right? Something ridiculous like that. I usually don't eat that much bread personally, but I just felt like it because I feel sick. I just needed something to chew on, and that's what I ended up. I'll have to say some of it was cold. Some of it actually left me really hungry when I was working out, but I had it anyway because that felt like the right thing to do, and it probably was. I still feel like crap, but it's just bread. It's nice. It's filling. You can do all sorts of different things if you know anything about baking, and if you haven't had a slice of bread today, you might as well because it's far better than some of the other carbs that you could possibly have. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about nutrition because that's really, really boring. But bread, just eat more bread because bread's good and good stuff is hard to come by. Even though in some places it's super, super cheap because it's really, really easy to make. God, some breads don't even need yeast. Why do I feel like I feel like I'm high on something or some other crap because I'm talking like that. Talking like that, man. My flubs today. Yeah, that's the first thing down. Just bread. Just buns and stuff because those are tasty. The second thing on the list is not really a major thing. It's stress balls like this one. I started thinking about stress balls a lot ever since I saw this one, and just went back. It's kind of weird, isn't it? How some people have this problem with their hands, and they have to exert force just to relieve the stress. It shows the importance of exercising all of your limbs and making sure that everything is working properly. Just like throw it around the air. Oh God, that was close. But throw it around. I would have looked really stupid if I dropped that. But you just throw it around, catch it, play around with it. There's lots of different toys out there, and I just like the feel of like throwing it around and catching it again. It just feels right, and it may have some sort of psychological deep impact on me. I don't know, but I just like doing it, and nothing's gonna stop me from keeping it up. It's not exactly amazing or some other crap, but I feel like I should be throwing this around with some people, and I don't mean at, I mean with. Sorry, that came out wrong. I want to throw it around some. No, that still didn't come out wrong. I want to throw it back and forth with some people because that sounds like fun again. I really don't want to think about baseball, but that's where this conversation is heading. This conversation, it's heading me straight back into Little Busters. And I guess that can be the last thing on the list because I just showed it to a couple of my friends and they were kind of creeped out by what exactly I was getting myself into. And let's go back a bit. Little Busters it started out as a story, a visual novel, and not the cheesy, sexy kind that you're used to, where you just get it on with a bunch of virtual ladies. And I say ladies in the roughest terms possible. It's probably a bunch of underage girls, but some visual novels aren't like that. Some of them focus totally on the romance, and or completely PG-13, where the worst that could possibly happen is, oh my God, they kissed. It's light-hearted stories like that are something to smile on, and it can't be any worse than watching romance comedies on TV, because they're basically the same thing. The only difference is I'm sitting in front of a computer reading about something happening to other people and laughing about how great their romance is. That still makes me sound weird, but I'm okay with that because this story is amazing. So Little Busters is a story that was developed by some of the geniuses over at Key, and a Japanese company. And they published this in 2007, and I have to tell you, I wish I could spoil it for you, but you're just gonna have to find out for yourself because the story gets really deep. All the key works, all of them, and I mean every single one of them, start out as playing comedies, but there's gonna be a lot of crying, there's gonna be a lot of pain, there's gonna be a lot of suffering, but in the end, it's gonna be all worth it. All you just have to trust me. Little Busters starts out as just a normal comedy, but then something's gonna go wrong. Something always goes wrong, and the plot will thicken. The plot thickens a whole lot whenever there's a key work, and it's. You have no idea how hard it is not to say any spoilers whatsoever in this, because everything's a spoiler with this show. A dying kitten is a spoiler in this show. I just spoiled something because I needed to spoil something. And that's the nice thing about Keyworks. It makes you feel like crap while you're playing the thing, but afterwards you feel like you've attained nirvana. Which is, you really probably didn't, but at least you're one step closer. And that's a great, great little thing. Anyway, that's the third thing. I don't know how we got all the way to nirvana, but stress balls, bread. I have one staring at me right there. And Little Busters, because Little Busters will be the death of me, and I mean that in the nicest way possible. I'm gonna go back to throwing this ball, and if anybody here knows anything about Little Busters, you know that that's very important. That still sounds weird. Anyway, this is Wire, and I propose a toast to all things great and small. Wire out.